Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Wednesday, August 26th, 2020. A little overcast today, cooler today, which feels great to be honest with you. You can see the overcastness there, but not a bad day. They're calling, we're supposed to be getting some rain tonight, and I think it's going to be a rainy day tomorrow, which is okay. We need the rain, we really do. We have had a pretty dry run here, so I know that the water tables are down, so a good soaking rain is going to be a good thing. We need that. I want to remind everybody, I will be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. and that's Eastern time, and so if you would like to join me then, we will be doing that. I'm not sure exactly what the topic may be. It may be more of a platonic topic, but we will be discussing many different things, from a lot of current events. We will. I'll just put it that way. That just kind of keeps it safe until we get on and we start talking about things. Because if I put a certain title up, it's going to get targeted, and so we're not going to do that. But so we'll do like something like discussing current events, some title like that, and then we'll discuss what we need to discuss. And so we'll go from there with that. So again, please join me tonight at 8 p.m. for that, and we will go from there. So I wanted to bring something up really quickly, okay? Somebody was like, well, how come the dogs don't have a dog house out here? These dogs spend more time in the house than they do outside, to be honest with you. They're in every night, and they, I'll let them out here earlier in the morning, give them a couple hours, they come in, then they'll go back out again for a few more hours. So they're getting plenty of outdoor time. It's just that, when you see them a lot of times on video, they're outside. So somebody was like, when are they going to get a dog house? I really don't need a dog house, because, if it starts raining or if the weather gets bad, I bring them in. So, and then if I leave, if I have to go anywhere, they go in the house. So it's just, you're just seeing little snippets of them outside, and so some people may think that they're outside a lot, but they're really not. So just wanted to put that out there ahead of time. But so anyway, chickens are doing good. We'll do the egg count obviously on a stream tonight, and I'll let you know where we're at with that. So we'll discuss all that when that time comes. So I want to talk about really quickly again, and I know I discussed it the other day, but the hurricane Laura is coming in, going to affect Louisiana and Texas. And I know that a lot of you guys that are down in that area have dealt with a lot of hurricanes, and so it's like no big deal to you. But as a person on the outside looking in, and when you're seeing that the winds are at 140 miles an hour, and a gust of 155, it is now, I believe it's now a Category 4. I believe that's what they said. And so, originally it was forecast to be a Category 3, but it seems to be strengthening as it gets closer to shore, which is never a good thing. So it's going to be a bad storm, and it's going to affect obviously quite a few people. There's going to be power outages, a lot of that going on. So I know a lot of people have game plans, which is a good thing, which I think is fantastic, of where to go, relatives to stay with, and all those type of things. But and somebody made a really good comment. They said it's not necessarily having to leave during the storm, and I thought this was a great comment. It's coming back afterwards and seeing the destruction that has happened. And I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? They're 100% right. They're 100% right with that. It's that destruction afterwards and seeing everything that you've worked for and your home's destroyed and stuff like that. But again, let's be realistic about something. If you choose to live in an area that will eventually, most likely be hit with a hurricane and stuff like that, number one, you build accordingly. There's a lot of people that are in those type of areas that build stuff that is very, very, it's more expensive, but they build, planning that when that happens, that they're going to be ready for it. So that's interesting as well. But again, we don't deal with that type of stuff up here in New York where I'm at. You know, they had Hurricane Sandy came down through New York City, but anytime like when it hits landfall, I'm so far inland that you know, by the time any storm ever gets to us, we may get some rain, and that's, you know, that type of stuff, and that's about it. We don't get all the other stuff along or associated with that. So that's just, you know, putting that out there, and you know, it's just, so when we see that coming in, we're just like, oh my God. But I would just hope that everybody's safe. If you do plan on sheltering in place, that you're prepared. Again, you know, like when they have a mandatory evacuation, like what does that mean? They're not going to come and force you to leave your home. It's just basically stating that if you do decide to shelter in place, that probably for 72 hours, you're pretty much going to be on your own. There's not going to be any help coming in. So that's what they mean by, you know, when they say a mandatory evacuation, that you have to leave. They're not going to force you to leave, but it lets people know that there's not going to be any help for a while immediately after that hurricane, because you chose to stay there, which makes sense. I mean, that's understandable. But again, you just never know how bad things are going to be. So the one thing that people need to think about too, of course, is making sure what you have is secure and safe. You know, because looters are planning on staying behind no matter what, because they're looking for freebies. That's unfortunately the nature of our society today here in the United States. There's always going to be somebody looking to take advantage of somebody else's tragedy. And that's why, like I said, they'll bring the National Guard in, and they'll deal with things like that. But not good situations, not good situations at all. So we're going to have some interesting discussions tonight, just so you know. There's been a recent event that has happened that's triggering a whole bunch of people again, and I really want to discuss that event this evening, but we will do that in the live stream. So if you know what I'm talking about, I would really encourage you to join me, because I think it's going to be a good discussion. I love the feedback. I love the interaction with people, you know, when we talk about these things and we go over different things that are happening. But so I want to give you guys a heads up of what's kind of going on here. Okay. All right. It's kind of I don't know. I was just going to wait and kind of spring it on you at the last minute when it happened, but I just thought it would be better to be discussing things openly. All right. So the original plan, when you know, my sister bought this building, okay, was that Mom, her and her husband were going to be moving into the building. And so the building, I think, was delivered by the end of April. So they had May, June, July, August. Now we're in, you know, we're almost into September. So they've had 4 months to get things. Mike had told me, oh yeah, I'll be completely done by August. For me watching, I'm here every day, and I see the work ethic, the dedication to getting things done, and that type of stuff, and it has not been there since day one. You know, and I kept telling him, dude, you got to get moving, you got to get going with stuff, because the weather's going to change, and when it gets cold, it's going to get cold fast. Winter's going to be here before we know it. Well, of course, then, by the time he actually did get motivated to get going and doing things in the house, then it was ridiculously hot. That was another thing I was trying to tell him. Get stuff going. Do stuff in May. Get going in May. If you look back in the videos in May, he really didn't do a whole lot, okay? But that's, you know, that was their business, and I stayed out of their business, all right? Well, my sister and her husband have decided to go their separate ways. And so Mike will not, I mean, he's been staying here right now just because, you know, supposedly he finished up a few more things. So the agreement was, the two of them, was that he was going to finish up some more stuff in the house, and then he was, you know, he would be out of here by the end of the month. Well, what ended up happening was, you know, actually a couple days ago, he gives me back some of my tools that he had borrowed to work on the house, which told me something, you know, he's not doing another thing in that house. All right. We will deal with the things that have to be dealt with once he is gone. The number one priority, and this is what I told my sister, you know, I said the number one priority once he is gone is we will get the wood stove in, because they're moving in here as of September 1st. He's going to be out of here, by Monday, which is the 31st. So that is what's happening with that. Okay. But unfortunately, other things have to be stepped up and taken care of, and they will be, and we'll deal with it, and everything will be okay. But that's what's going on there. They've decided to part company, and so Mike will be moving on. And like I said, I've stayed out of it. I've allowed him to continue to stay here for right now, while they were figuring out what was going on. And and I basically, what I told him, I said, listen, I said, no matter, I said, I said, I'm not getting involved in what happens between you and Becky. I said, but I will tell you this, and I'll tell you exactly what I told my sister. Whatever decision my sister makes, I have her back. And that's kind of where that is. But he's been decent. We haven't had any issues, and that's been a good thing. And so, like I said, he told me he will be either out of here Sunday or Monday. So he will be gone. And then, like I said, on Tuesday, which is the 1st, they have been bringing stuff here. They brought another load of stuff yesterday. The day before that, they brought a load of stuff. They're coming out tomorrow with some more stuff. So they've been actively moving out of the apartment that they have been in, and they will be in here, like I said, full-time as of Tuesday. So it's just going to be Mom and my sister. And so that's how that's playing out. So just kind of sharing that with you guys. There's no, this one's right and that one's wrong. Every relationship, there's always, and I always said this, whatever relationship it is, there's always three sides to every story. There's his side, her side, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. Nobody's perfect. Things happen. And so, that's where we're at. But like I said, it's been, their issues, and they're dealing with things on their own. And like I said, I just kind of standing back and being on the sideline, if you will. But like I said, he's been decent about it. So, to me, let's put it like that. He's been decent to me. So, he's going to be out of here, and that's how that's gonna roll. But anyway, so just sharing that with you. I always share everything that's going on. Try to be honest about things, and so that's where they're at. And he had said, "Oh, I'll finish up with the house," and of course that's not happening. So I was not surprised. Long history, could tell you lots of stories, but I won't, because it doesn't make any difference. Okay, but yeah, not surprised at all. Anyway, so that's what's happening on that end. So it's just going to be my mom and my sister moving in, and that's what's going to be going on there. But so right now, like I said, it's you can see the clouds moving in through here and stuff like that. But that's how it's going. But anyway, so I definitely, like I said, I want to just have my thoughts with the people in Louisiana and Texas with this huge hurricane coming in. I hope everybody is very, very safe, and you stay safe, guys. Do what you need to do. I mean, anybody that's been down there knows what they're doing. So, oh my God, she was going after something. They're so funny to watch. But anyway, remember, guys, I will be live streaming tonight again at 8 p.m. So please join me then. Also, I just want to remind everybody that we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important. And we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only person that's going to stop you from getting there is you. I think she got a butterfly. I think that's what she's eating. So, remember that. The only person is you that can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're gonna be fine. Continue to prep, my friends. Continue to prep. That's all I can say. I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.